When life happens in an unfavorable way, how to move and groove through that thing so that you can see yourself on the other side. I was just recently evicted last week, and believe it or not, I was happy. So it's like, Charlie, you can't hold on to this information. You got to give the people these little secrets or these tips that you figured out that you can manage to be happy through an eviction. Let's get into it. I took my head off, so it's time to get into it. You know, I can't leave you in a space and not tell you why I got evicted. So, nice and short, I didn't get evicted because of financial means or reasons. I didn't get in no trouble. I didn't break no lease agreements or nothing like that. To be totally honest, I got evicted from something that didn't have anything to do with me at all. And I know normally, if this was maybe even a year ago, this was a year ago, to get evicted from a place, which means now you're technically homeless, and it wasn't your fault, I would probably stress about it. But I was actually in a place of happiness, understanding, and bliss. And that's something that I want to talk about today. A little backstory. This place that I got evicted from last week was my fourth place that I've jumped around to this year. I had a lease with someone in October of 2020. In January of 2021, he was like, there's some misalignment here. Our lease was gonna be until October 20, what are we in right now, 2021? And it's like, I personally couldn't stay in there. Like, there's no amount of money that I would allow to affect my peace anymore. Whether that's a job, whether that's a lease, whatever it may be, like, no way. I'd rather have, now there's power in the tongue and affirmations and what you speak. So I'm not speaking this for myself, but I would rather have little and high happiness than to have much and no peace. So I'm hopping around and I found this place. It's beautiful, it's gorgeous, I love it. I submit everything that I'm supposed to get the house. And the guy knocks on the door at 4 o'clock. And he says, you have 24 hours that you have to be out of this place. Here's your eviction letter. If you need to get in touch with someone, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. So immediately when I opened the door and he said that, my mind is literally like, okay, WTF, what you mean? So I'm pretty sure that was all in my face. No matter how happy I am, I mean, I still have to check myself from time to time. So in that moment, I was like, okay, this is something that you have no control over. Right now, you just got to be in a place of understanding where you notice where you are and what's happening. And I've learned to notice people. So here's this guy, older guy, maybe in his 50s, and I can tell from his energy right off that he was scared. He was terrified. Oh man, I gotta go evict someone today. I can only imagine how that feels. I work in HR, so I know that feeling of like having to let someone go from a job, and it's not a great feeling. You know what? It's okay, and I understand. So I allowed him to have a sense of peace that he didn't have to worry about something happening to him in this moment. So that's something I want to talk about briefly. People are people, humans are human, and sometimes we look at people's job role or job title and we forget that there's a human being behind that. So like let's say a security guard, let's say you go out one night and the security don't want to let you into a bowling alley or something, or he'll tell you that you have to pay one, but you thought it was going to be free. And normally you will freak out like, why do I got to do this? Blah, 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 blah. You're just a security guard, blah, 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 blah. And we forget that there's a person behind that title. So, meaning this person still wants to be loved. They still find meaning and trying to find meaning in life. If that makes sense. I've let go of, oh, someone's my CEO, or someone's a pastor, or someone's this, or someone's that. And I completely see people as people now. And that takes away anxiety from everything. But anyway, moving on. He came, gave the eviction notice. Cool, take it easy, have a nice day, man. And I closed the door, and I was doing work, so I closed my laptop because I knew I wasn't gonna be able to think straight. And I turned my music up, and I had a jam session. I sat there and I jammed with my music. I told myself, okay, here's another change that we're gonna have to make. So we just gotta prepare for it. There's no need to stress. So I didn't immediately jump on my laptop like, oh man, I gotta find somewhere to stay. I'm gonna be homeless in 24 hours, blah, 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 blah. Nah, I didn't do all that because that takes a toll on your energy. I did not start preparing to find another place until maybe an hour later. And that consisted of me going on like Facebook Marketplace, me reaching out to people that I'm comfortable with and I'm comfortable with going into their space and stuff. Like, all that stuff matters. I'm not just gonna go to someone's place just because I need somewhere to stay. No, I would have rather stayed in my car before I put myself in another predicament where my energy and my peace is tested. So when I tell you I maybe put an hour of planning and trying to find somewhere to stay in 24 hours, and everything worked the way that it's supposed to work. But one person came to mind. I said, nah, I don't want to move there. It's like my girl best friend here. She stays in Tucker, Georgia, which is the first place that I moved to when I moved to Georgia when I was in a relationship. I was like, nah. She offered a while back when I was doing all the house hopping. And I was like, nah, I don't really want to move there because that's in Tucker, Georgia. That's 30 minutes away from everything. And here I am in the midst of the city. I can walk out of my house, go skating. I can do whatever I wanted to do. And I thought of her. And something told me to put a post on Instagram. I put it on my story because, like I said, I'm not stressing this thing. I already reached out to one person that I was staying with before. I was like, hey, I'm making you my plan E. And he was like, all right. If you need me, you know where I'm at. I love him to death. Maurice, I appreciate you. Let's say I had 300 people see that post. I had 2 people respond. One was a general friend saying, hey, check out this option. This is what I use to get the place that I'm in now. And then my girl best friend, her name is Benny. She reached out and said, if you need a place to stay, you know where we at. And I was like, all right, bet. I'll call you in the morning. So actually, I knew that it was gonna affect my sleep. So I tried to go to bed early versus like doing all that packing. But I maybe slept for 2-3 hours, woke up and like 2-3 in the morning and started packing. But long story short, I did not put that much effort into trying to figure out why what's happening to me is happening to me. And I think that's really, really important. And it's funny because I made a post probably like a month prior, and I was like, all right, when things happen in your life, you need to sit down and you need to figure out, all right, why is it happening to me? What do I need to take away from this moment? Because there are no coincidences. Everything is interconnected. Everything happens for a reason. And there's something that you need to take away from the current place that you're in. That's what I said a month ago. But now, after this had happened, and I had another take at this theory that I had, when things happen, you have to find a place to level your energy out and be like, okay, it is okay. There are so many things that I can be grateful for. There are so many other reasons why I don't need to stress this situation, because at the end of the day, it's going to work out the way that it needs to work out at the time that it's supposed to. And yeah, I gave up that effort of trying to figure it out, because it's not your place to figure it out. It's already figured out. You just got to go through the motions to do what you got to do to get to that place. And there was another thought that I had. I was like, why does this stuff keep happening to me? Like, I was going through finances. I was house hopping from here to here to here to here. And I'm like, all I put out into the world is good karma. I don't double cross people. I don't do anything shiesty. I help people. I motivate people. I get my last dollar. That's just who I am. I ain't stupid, but that's just who I am. And there was this place in me that was just like, a lot of things have happened to you this year and you remained silent about it. Yes, I was happy. Yes, I was blissful, peaceful, vibrant. But I wasn't really telling my story that could help someone else going through the same thing. So I feel like if that's my trajectory that I'm supposed to be a sharer, I'm supposed to be a motivator. I have absolutely no idea what happened to the rest of that video. But I was basically saying that it's time for me to walk in that truth. I feel like I learned so much and I have so much information, and I can't take it with me when it's time to transition out of this world. So you're gonna see a lot more of these videos. I love you. I hope this helps in some way. Until next time.